Hello, this is Zoe here, and today I have this brilliant idea of doing a speed paint. I don't know why this is a brilliant idea. I've just been watching some indie animation stuff and have been like, you know what? Indie animation is fantastic, and I'm doing some fan art for some indie animation stuff because indie animations are great. Or like shows or series, whatever you want to call them. They're fantastic, so I'm doing some fan art of indie animated series. If I want to reiterate that again. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right into this. Alright, so I am starting with Murder Drones. This series I've been watching while at work, and it's really good. I'm looking forward to episode 8. Episode 7 kind of showed up, and I was like, hey, what's this? So I started watching it from the pilot. And you know what? I absolutely love it. It's it's so good. It's a bit of a horror type of a thing, and it follows some robots. Some of them were meant to murder other robots. And it's great. I'm not really doing a very good job of describing the show, but you should probably just watch it and learn for yourself. Or Google it, because I'm not writing this script out. So I don't really remember drawing this at all, because it was in a period where I was super tired and struggling to stay awake to try and fix my awful sleeping schedule. And you know, I was like, I'm gonna draw this, get started on this to force myself to be awake. And I do not remember actively drawing this. Like, I know I did it. I'm watching the footage as I'm recording this play back, and I have all of it. I just have no memory of doing it. But you know, it's great because I get to rediscover what past me did, and I'm certain I was drawing from plenty of references and trying to fix things with the pose that I didn't like as I was doing right there. But anyways, these characters right here, who I'm currently working on, is V. She is a murder drone, and she is very mentally stable, as everyone in this show is. Then we have N, the other big one, and then we have Uzi, who is currently on top of N's shoulders getting a piggyback ride, and it was piss time there. I had to take a piss break. I had to go piss girl. So yeah, their designs overall are not super complicated, but I do love them, and it took me a little while to figure out V's hair. I do distinctly remember this. I was like, why does this not look right? I was like, why is this wrong? And I futzed with it for quite a while, and you know, I eventually got it, but I do remember being frustrated by it, which is probably weird that I remember that, but nothing really else. But you know what? That's fine. So, you know, just kind of going on to final lines. We're doing our usual standard thing of going through and with just one passover, and then going through with a second one to thicken up some lines a little bit later. Which, you know, is it's a process. I think I say this in every single the time that I do this, that it takes a little while. But you know, that's just the truth. But it looks really good. With the eyes, when I get to the coloring, because their eyes glow, because they're like screens, not like little cameras or whatever in their face. It's just like a big LED screen. So I did like this really cool effect where I used some add glow layers, and I don't remember whether it was the same color or if it was just like kind of like a white or whatever, to just kind of make those eyes look like they're glowing a bit more, which you'll see in a moment when I do that, and we'll get to see the final results shortly in a little bit here. They do have these liquid tail things. It's like a nanite poison, and I just did that sort of at a different opacity, but I think I used like the same color for like the rest of the yellows. For this one, I also didn't do a background. I don't do a background for any of these. Well, I do a background, quote unquote, but nothing that's detailed. Like, they're not in a scene. So here we are with the final drawing. And honestly, I think it turned out pretty good, despite me not really remembering drawing it. So anyways, let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the Amazing Digital Circus. So, first of all, I should say that both of these are by Glitch. You can find them on YouTube. I'll probably put links in the description for both of these shows. I did forget to mention that in the first one, but yeah, they're both by Glitch. Which, you know, wide representation on indie animation. I know that there's a whole lot of good stuff. These are just what I have been obsessing over lately, and the Amazing Digital Circus recently had its second episode released, so I was excited about that and did that. So, who we're currently working on is Pomni, and she's a sad clown lady. That's kind of it. Again, everyone is very mentally stable in this show. I think I'm kind of having a theme with shows recently where I'm really liking the mental stability. I don't know. This one I know I did in multiple sittings, which you'll see some changes like after I did the sketch and then go into final lines. There's a bit of a break, just due to timing. The second character is Gummy Goo. He's Gummy Goo. Everybody loves Gummy Goo. And, yeah, he's Gummy Goo. I don't really know. I'm struggling to draw a cowboy hat, is what you're seeing on screen. Because I don't think anybody knows what a cowboy hat looks like, especially when they're not drawing it. Especially when they're not drawing it. No, nobody knows what a cowboy hat looks like, especially when they're trying to draw it. So here I was trying to draw Jax, and like, his face was not working. Cause you know, I was thinking like, oh yeah, Pomni and Gummy Goo running through a portal, and you know, that has several consequences, and I think Jax knows what that is. And I think it would be funny if he did. So I thought it'd be funny having him smirking in the background. But I do eventually decide to erase that because it just didn't really, the composition of it just didn't really look right. So, you know, I deleted him. Removed him from existence. Because he deserves it, to be honest. Who knows, maybe he'll get some more character development later down the road. Hopefully he will. So now we're on to the coloring of Gummy Goo, where he is a multicolored. He's multicolored. I was combining color and gummy. And I just kind of blended those in together with just the blender. And there I was working on Pomni's like beach ball colored eyes and trying to make it not look weird at the angle in which I was choosing to draw it at. And you know what? I think it looked weird anyways. That's fine. It doesn't truly matter. So yeah, just on to shading, and then I will add in kind of like a little portal thing that they're going through. I think this is the colors of the portal from the show. I don't actually remember because I didn't Google it. And I added in some highlights onto Gummy Goo that I didn't onto Pomni because Gummy Goo is a gummy bear and, well, a gummy lizard. And he's shiny. So there we go. Final image. Let's go to the circus. Okay, so last but not least, we have Ruby, which before we gotta stop this before anybody says anything. One, Loki, do not jump up there. That's irrelevant. One, I know that Rooster, he jumped up there anyways, even after I threw him on the floor, and now he's screaming at the wall. Okay, so I know that the show, probably near its end of its life, wasn't considered indie animation because Rooster Teeth was owned by a larger company. But whatever, when it originally started, it was its own thing, so I'm gonna have to leave that as fine. That there's enough. And also, I would like to say, I am sad that Rooster Teeth has gone out of business and that the show is essentially discontinued unless if someone decides to buy it. Which sucks for us Ruby fans, but I guess what can you do? It's rough out here. Yeah, I know, Loki. It's rough out here. And then there's this other thing that I do need to mention. I'm currently drawing all of them in their most recent outfits. At least Ruby, Weiss, and Yang are all in their most recent outfits. Blake, who, as of right now, I have yet to start drawing, I put in her previous outfit, like before Volume 7, so like Volume 5 and 6, I want to say? Yeah. I don't know why I did this. When pulling up reference in the character sheet, I was like, yeah, that's a Blake character sheet. That's gotta be the most recent one. As opposed to realizing it wasn't. Loki, please don't start knocking stuff over. Thank you. So yeah, by the time I realized that I had done this, I'd already completed all of the final lines. So I really didn't want to redraw Blake. So, you know, my headcanon for this is before Blake got her haircut and outfit change. That's when this image was taken. And I'm just gonna have to live with that. One thing I do have to say is I love this and I hate this about their designs. They're very complicated, and that makes it very difficult to draw. But because the show uses 3D animation, they don't really have to draw each frame, because it's a 3D rig, so it's easier for them to do that. And I love it, but it's pain. Like I said, it's rough out here, trying to draw these characters. And it takes a while. I think this one, I'm pretty sure it took like 5.5 hours compared to everything else, the other two taking like 2 hours. So yeah, I guess you'll be seeing it on screen what the actual times were when Future Me goes in and puts those in compared to the actual speed paints. But yeah, that's kind of it. I just sort of went through, shaded. I think that it's like a really great group photo, other than Blake's outfit being wrong compared to everybody else's. But that's it. That's all that we have for this here drawing. If you have some indie shows that you really like some pilots, or maybe there's more than a pilot out there, let me know. I'm always down to watch shows when I'm at work. So, thank you for watching and making it this far. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And, leave a comment if there's something you want to say. See you next time.